Welcome back to Minor League Esports, presented to you by APM Music. We have the Puffins versus Wolves, and here with me I have Pooby. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm really looking forward to some more ML action tonight. You know, I got to cast some last week, and it was some intense matches, so I'm looking forward to some more great action tonight.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a really great matchup here. We have the Puffins. They're seed number 14 right now. You get the Wolves as seed number 24. So, who's going to take it here today? Real close. Puffins are 3-2. Wolves are 2-3. It can go either way. I would love to see a fight and it just to go back and forth all series long.
Yeah, both teams, I mean, have some great talent on their team. You know, Jarhead, I've talked to him a little bit, and Pyr Squared, I've also talked to him a little bit. I know both these players, and they're both great. I believe the Puffins picked up a player from, you were saying, free agency today, and are placing him on the field on the mainstream, which is, they must have some form of confidence in him to be doing that tonight.
Yes, the Puffins actually did pick up Bullseye from free agency today to play against Jarhead and Moto of the Wolves. So we'll see what happens here out of that. I looked at a little bit of everybody's stats, and I'm hoping to see the Wolves come out firing hot and not letting Puffins get at them. It seems like they have some goals scored against them. I want to see them come back the other direction and just fire off hot. Looks like we got the first game starting. Here is the kickoff, and it looks like it's going to go the way of the Wolves.
Yep, and here come the Puffins coming down the field. Bullseye's going to take a shot on net. Moto's going to clear that one off to the sidewall here. Pyr Squared's going to have another chance here to control it, but Jarhead is going to take this one down the field into the corner. He's going to bounce this one off the backboard. Pyr Squared's going to push this one back out to the middle.
Got Pyr Squared going up the wall here. He's going to send it down to the Wolves end. Nothing real too dangerous yet. Jarhead clearing it back over to the Puffins end. We'll see what Pyr Squared does here on the backboard. Just a little touch, but the Wolves are on it already. He's got Jarhead set up in the middle, but he can't get the touch, and that's just going to be a little bit wide from Bullseye. He puts it off the backboard again. Pyr Squared can't get up to it, and this could be a dangerous situation for the Puffins, but Bullseye pulls them out of it. A little bit of a missed touch there in the corner, and it goes right back to Moto. Moto's going to be carrying it upfield if he can, but Pyr Squared's there to challenge him. A little bit of a backflip to save himself from Bullseye as the Wolves get a clear and then finally relieve some of this pressure.
Yeah, hopefully the Wolves here are looking to mount some pressure onto the Puffins, but they backed off a little bit too much downfield now, but Moto's able to steal the ball back from Bullseye here. Brings it up the sidewall now, looking for a pass middle. He pops it up for Jarhead. Pyr Squared's able to get a good read on that touch, though. Now we got a good chance for Bullseye to take a shot on an open net, and he scores.
Yes, that is a wonderful capitalization on that open net from Bullseye here. He noticed that the Wolves were just a little too far out, places it perfectly in the bottom left corner. You know, one thing I've noticed already is that the Wolves are being starved. They're not to those boost pads, the small, they're rotating wide for those large. And here we go again, another open net for Bullseye, and he's going to sink them all series long.
Yeah, that's a great way to start the series if you're the Puffins here. No real complaining, you know, a minute and a half in, you're up by 2, game 1. It's a great way to start the series off.
Yeah, up by 2, can't ask for anything better. Now, can they hold that lead? We got a third kickoff coming in hot. Pyr Squared doesn't get the best touch. It goes back to his corner, but he does get the boost from the Wolves. Moto goes up for a double touch, and he dunks it in. What a wonderful, wonderful shot here we see from Moto. He's up, he's rotating, and he just sinks it right in front of the side. Nothing much he could do with that one.
Yeah, no, kind of an awkward position there if you're the Puffins, you know. Bullseye was kind of stuck in net there as Pyr Squared challenged in the corner, and not sure if he was boost starved or not. I believe that was off the kickoff, so it's very possible he did not have boost in net there.
Yeah, you never know. Nowadays, you got to be ready for those touches, though. And Moto coming and firing right back, catching the Puffins just a little bit stacked up on top of each other here. He answers back with his own shot on net, gets it in, nobody can get back, and we got a tie game.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you there. Puffins were a little bit too close to each other, and that turns out to be pretty punishing here in Master League as the Wolves are able to tie the game up 2-2. Now we're going to see the Puffins making a push back against the Wolves here. Pyre Squared is going to bring this one into the corner. He's going to 50 with Jarhead into the opposing side wall. Bullseye now challenging Moto in the corner. Moto's going to push this one middle to his teammate Jarhead. Moto now is going to take this one up the side wall, looking for a touch out middle. Not quite able to follow this one up, but he does get a dunk on the Bullseye here. Pyre Squared now going to have to take this one from Moto. He's going to do that, and he's going to take this one up the side wall. 41 boost on the sidewall here. What can Pyre Squared do? He's going to slow play it, looking for a pass for his teammate, maybe. Bullseye is middle. He gets 50'd by the Wolves here, not able to get that one off. And now we see Moto just take a nice shot off the corner, bounce into the net.
You know, that's what I was talking about earlier. Would the Puffins be able to get that lead? And it looks like the Wolves are just going to sit there, and Moto is going to keep banging them in that bottom left corner, and they're not going to let up. I guarantee you they are hungry for this win. They want to come out, they want to set the tone, and they're not going to stop. We have a bump attempt, and he doesn't even need it. Moto's on the shot already. He's just racking in the goals non-stop. I love
you
it.
Could not be more right about that. The Wolves are pretty hungry right now. Moto specifically, 4 goals on 4 shots. That's impressive. Actually, we haven't seen a single save this game yet, Notorious. We might be seeing an offensive game.
Yeah, that is something that teams are going to need to figure out. We love high-scoring games, but they don't. They need to figure out some defense here if they want to get the dub.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes a toll on your heart. You know, as we see Moto go up for kind of a nutty angle, but turns out being a pass. Jarhead's not quite able to get up to this as the Puffins look to make an escape. Bullseye now. He's going to win this challenge against Moto. Takes it into the corner. Jarhead, a little bit of a backflip, but Pyre Squared is going to take this one. Going to give the clear to the Wolves now. Pyre Squared going into the corner. He's going to turn to challenge this. Ends up beating Jarhead to the ball. Moto now in midfield. Back to Pyre Squared. Back to Moto. He's going to take this one up the side wall. Bullseye winning that challenge out to Jarhead. Jarhead's going to have to take this one a little safer now. Wait for his teammate to get back. Jarhead's going to take this one into the corner. Pyre Squared, great challenge. Moto now. Pyre Squared, another great challenge, taking advantage of how far he hit that ball away from him.
Yeah, Pyre Squared getting some good 50s out of this. Seems like the 50s are pretty even, going both ways here. Some are winning, some are losing. It's been a match on the 50s. I just love to see some more solid defense, some controlled play from the Wolves would be nice. Those bangs right back to Pyre Squared are killing them. So let's see what they did here. You got Moto coming off the ball, pass to Jarhead. Jarhead's up for a double touch off the back wall, but he doesn't get anything out of it. Pyre Squared is right there to stuff it out. Moto gets the challenge in the midfield, but it's back down to Pyre Squared. He sends it over to Bullseye, who just can't get a touch on it. Jarhead's taking it on the wall. He still has control. He's going to keep going with it. Moto's set up for a pass. Can he get the shot on? It's just enough that Pyre Squared can get to it. And another save. Those are the saves we were looking for there, Pooh.
Yeah, I think the Wolves might have heard you, Notorious, as they started taking control there right after you said it. Like, I don't know if kind of reverse Caster's curse. Caster's blessing. Even though they're up here, as Moto almost gets a really nice dunk on the Pyre Squared, but he stands tall in net. As looks like the Puffins are going to take game 1 here. Whether that be 3-4 or 2-4 doesn't really matter to the Puffins, I don't think.
Well, it's actually the Wolves that have game 1 here, Pooey.
My mistake. That's my bad.
It happens to all of us. Wolves take it 4-2. Now, we saw a lot of great shots come out of that game, but one thing we did not see a crazy amount of was defense. Wolves with 0 saves, but still come out on top. And I think we're going to need to start to see some saves out of them. Once the Puffins start getting on those shots and hitting them on net, if they have no saves, it's going to be a different story next game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Wolves right now are playing, offense is the best defense. If the Puffins can't have the ball, they can't score. And it's not a bad game plan. I can't lie to you. They won game 1. I mean, we'll see if it works out for them in game 2 here.
Yeah, I mean, we're not seeing many shots out of the Puffins either, so I'm wondering if they're going to get a little bit more passing plays going, or if they're going to keep going for these snipes. Who knows? It'll and on what they come out with in a game plan. And you have to question, is that part of them picking up this player from free agency just mere hours before their game? That could be throwing a big notch in them. See what they do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. As we load into game 2 here on Neo Tokyo, we got the teams lining up for the pitch here. Puffins are looking to take a game back from the Wolves here. Pyre Squared and Jarhead are going to be taking this kickoff against each other. And let's get game 2 underway here, Notorious.
Okay, game 2 underway. Kickoff is going. Pyre Squared and Jarhead. Jarhead gets the win of it, but Bullseye's going to take the possession. Jarhead's giving him a little bit of space. Sends it to the back wall. Moto tries to go with the slow play, but Bullseye says, you're not doing that. I'm going to force you to use your books and make that touch. Jarhead's got it in the backfield. Bullseye's up already. Nice touch from Bullseye, but Moto is going to stop the shot. It's still coming down in front of the net, and Pyre Squared coming in with an amazing read and finishing this shot. Look at this. Gets straight down to it and just sinks it right in the back of the net.
That was a great read there by Pyre Squared, and don't knock that challenge by Moto. That was an incredible challenge from behind the ball to even get a piece of that. Very impressed there. But Pyre Squared just boosting down to that ball, able to get the perfect read on the waterfall bounce, is going to notch the first one for the Puffins here in game 2.
Yes, he does, and now we're seeing the Puffins on defense a little bit. Let's see what they do with it. Moto coming in for a challenge. Ooh, Pyre Squared and Bullseye bump in net. Looking a little bit confused right now. Bullseye pushing it out to the Wolves end. Moto on the back wall. He has plenty of boosts to work with this. What does he do? He misses his touchdown, but he's back on the back wall with a little boost still to work. He's going to try and follow it up, but it looks like he's going to leave it for Jarhead. Ran out of boost. Pyre Squared sending it over to Bullseye. Bullseye's going to try and take a slow touch, slow play, give his teammate time to spawn back in off of that demo. That's another thing we haven't seen much of, Bluey, is demos. I'm wondering who's going to be the more aggressive team in this.
Yeah, it looked like Jarhead was taking the initiative there, as he kind of had no regard for human life as he went after both players on the Puffins team. He went on a little bit of a bird hunt, as wolves may do. I think we can expect to see more of that later in this series.
You know, this is an Arctic battle right now. These two teams are going head-to-head in their division, so they definitely need these points here against each other. And I think that may bring out some heat. I think we may start to see some more demos. We see Moto taking it upfield, pre-jumping, but Pyre Squared sees him and goes, Ethan, Jarhead's going to try and take it up and over Bullseye. He does not get it all the way past, but still is pushing it upfield. Bullseye's up, sends it across, but Pyre Squared can't get to it. Moto's got a flick. Is he going to be able to follow it? No, he won't. Pyre Squared's there, but there is Moto again. That's a send back. Can Pyre Squared get to this shot? Looks like he's taking control. Let's see if he can get the pass out to midfield or if he goes for solo. Moto on the run. He got the flick. Is it in the net? And it is. Top right, Moto again coming with the scoring.
Yeah, those are some great big challenges by Moto there in the corner. I didn't even know when he was going to challenge Pyre Squared, and I don't think Pyre Squared knew either.
Yeah, it can throw you for a loop, especially an ACAT player like myself. Sometimes I just have no clue when it comes to these guys. They are so far ahead mechanically. It is just amazing to watch and learn from. Seen another demo there from Jarhead, but Bullseye is still pushing upfield. He's going to make them drop back, give his teammate time to get some boost. Spawn in, you see Moto going for the play, but there is Pyre Squared in the air. Bullseye's got a control here. He's going to go for a pass, but Jarhead's already there. He sees that. He decides to just steal that boost from him.
Yeah, you kind of like to see Pyre Squared kind of being the defensive rock here for the Puffins right now. He has made some incredible 50s on the back line and some great saves as well. Game 1 didn't go their way, but by the end of the game, he had 3 saves when about halfway through, he didn't have anything on the board. So maybe he's coming into his own here in the later stages of the series.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how much the Puffins are going to pick up the more they play together. This is a brand new teammate. Brand new. So I'm wondering, the more they play, the more this series goes on, are they just going to get stronger and stronger, or are they going to fall apart and match. I'm just
absolutely
waiting for this. I'm hoping they get stronger and stronger, and this will be a fight between the Wolves and the Puffins.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of a scary touch there in front of the Wolves net. Not quite as much power as they wanted. Clear that one to the corner. But they ended up getting it out anyway. And Moto is going to make a nice double tap on the backboard as the Puffins get a little bit of a miss here from Pyar Squared. It's a little unfortunate, but a great angle from Moto, who has proven tonight that he can, in fact, put the ball in the net.
Yes, he can. And I think there's anything that can do to change and stop him from just, it seems like, scoring at will here. He goes for a pass a little too far over for Jarhead, but he's going to take a control touch. Nice 50. Pirate Squared is up already, though, and there's another demo from Jarhead, setting up Moto with the open net, but Bullseye spawns back. Can he get there? No, he can't. Moto scores again, just coming in with another hat trick. 2 games in a row. Can he be stopped?
Yeah, I think what the Puffins have to do, and I know this is going to be a little bit harder than it sounds, but they have to get on top of Moto. They can't give him any space on the field because he's a mechanically gifted player, and if you give him space, he will utilize it to put the ball in the net. As you see here, he gets a great chance on the Puffin net again, but Pyar Squared having to make another great save. Now we see Moto going up again for another double touch. Can't quite get there. Pyar Squared had to jump for it. Jarhead's going to be able to tuck this one in.
Yeah, he tucks it right in there. Nice little chip up and finishes it. Moto almost gets that crossbar and out. Pyar Squared jumps but doesn't get the touch. And Jarhead just softly taps it right in. He says, you know what? I can score too. It's not all Moto. But do you think there's anything the Puffins are going to change when it comes after this game? Because it looks like right now the Wolves have this set. 10 seconds left, 3 goals. We have to see some crazy stuff here for the Puffins to bring it back. Looks
I
like
think the
Moto's
Puffins have to play. They have to play a little bit faster here. They're playing a little bit too control heavy, I think. And Moto is using that against them. They're not getting on top of the Wolves quick enough here to do anything. By the time they get on top of the Wolves, they're already 3/4 of the way through their play. As we see the Puffins get a little bit of a moral boost here in the later stages of game 2. Maybe some momentum carries into game 3 for them.
You know, stats matter still, though. So it may be a little bit of a morale boost, but hey, that's padding the stats right there. And the Wolves, yeah, they probably could have just launched that across the field. They're following how we like to play in Rocket League. And keep it up. It's the nice thing to do. And when it's coming to these games, what's going to happen from here? I need to see something out of the Puffins here. We need to see a change of some sort, play style, rotation, noticing they're stacking up on each other a lot. So we'll see if we can see something different out of here. If they get more passes, just something to get past Jarhead and Moto, because it seems like they are unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the Moto show right now. He's had 7 shots that game, and I think he had 7 shots last game as well. He's put 14 shots in 2 games on the Puffins here, and that's pretty hard to stop. So long as, if you let him get the shot on net, it's going to go in eventually. You can't save every ball.
No, you can't. And we're seeing another 4-2 game in a row. 2 4-2s in a row. And we said we would have to see some saves out of the Wolves, but honestly, right now, we only saw 1 save out of them, but it didn't really affect anything. They only gave up 2 goals. Yeah, you don't want to give up any, but when you're scoring like Moto is right now, 2 goals could be a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, again, Wolves sticking to their game plan here. The best defense is a good offense, and it's proving again against the Puffins here, at least, to be working for them. They're up 2-0 in the series here, and as you said, the Puffins have to change something. The Wolves are not going to change anything, and we see an early goal again here out of the Puffins, and this has been the story of this series, Notorious. The Puffins get an early goal, and the Wolves just claw their way back.
And I think that was a little bit not where Moto wanted that ball to go. I think he wanted that to stay a little bit higher. But that's the aggression I think we see out of Pyar Squared. I think somebody has to step up for the Puffins and say, hey, I'll be there. I'll take these 50s. And then you see Moto with the mechanical plays again, just answering right back with another goal, tying it up. We are all back at 1-1, 15 seconds in. It's like we just burned 15 seconds off the clock.
Yet again, keep it up? They're notorious. You know, the Puffins, I think they were trapped in their own half there off the kickoff with low boost, but Moto had no challenger on that play, and he's going to capitalize on it every single time, it appears to be, this series. It is harder than it sounds to get challenges off very quickly, but it's what you have to do at these high levels of play to be successful.
Yeah, and it looks like today's the day of going low for these aerials. I've seen a couple of them throughout the stream today. These guys are just taking those low shots, and people are not ready. They're high or they're not jumping at all. And these goals are going in. So somebody's got to answer with some sort of defense or some sort of challenge here from the Puffins. That's a good challenge there from Squared, keeping the pressure off, letting this team get some boost. Bullseye's just going to boom it down and give possession right back to the Wolves. I would like to see some more possessive play there, set up a little pass. Jarhead going to have a little bit of pass here. Moto just wasn't ready for it. And what we're seeing here, too, is Jarhead with the car switch. He switched over to the Octane.
I did not even notice. You know, we're gonna see a play here from Jarhead in the corner now. Off to Moto, he's ready middle, and they're gonna put this one in the net. 2-1 Wolves. To see the same storyline, back to back notorious. You know, Puffins early goal, Wolves back-to-back goals. It's hard to believe in the Puffins right now. At least in the later stages of these games. I don't know if it's stream nerves or what, but they seem to be performing well early on in the match, but they just can't hold it together later stages.
You know, and what that seems like from my side of it here is they come out with that fast early aggression, and then they just let off the gas. We need to see the aggression we're seeing out of Bullseye right here, going up, challenging that play. But for Pyre Squared, you got to make that touch there when you're fast man back. Bullseye does get the good demo out of it, and it comes down in front of the net, but Moto is there. You got to see the quick challenge there. We see it. He finally takes that space away from Moto. Bullseye's up. It's going to go off the backboard. Jarhead can't get to it, but Moto's right there. Pyre Squared sends it off the back wall again, and Bullseye sends it up into the mid. Can Jarhead get to it? He can't. Bullseye has it, but it's just wide of the net. Moto's going to take it back upfield. Can he set up the solo play? He cannot. Bullseye's finally realized, hey, we got to cut his space off. We can't let him do this to us all night long.
Yeah, and so far it's working out. Moto has not had a chance on net since Bullseye has taken the initiative here. As we see Moto coming upfield now, sort of a 2v1 situation. Pyre Squared having to make a great save. Now we see Jarhead having to clear this one into the corner. Pyre Squared, great challenge. It's going to roll over to Moto. Now we're going to see Moto take this one up the wall. He gets a pinch out middle to Jarhead, who's up for it. Can't quite get to it. Bullseye ended up getting a touch on this. Now we're going to see Moto here, 1v1 Pyre Squared. Good 50 from Pyre Squared here up the side wall. Now we're going to see Bullseye come upfield here. He's going to take a little prodding shot on net. Jarhead's, or Moto, my bad. It's going to have an easy clear to the side wall here as Pyre Squared's playing a little bit of Shadow D. Moto puts this one middle for his teammate. Wasn't quite prepared to commit on that one, being up 2-1.
Yeah, you saw Jarhead there. He wanted to go for that, but he just couldn't. He saw Bullseye waiting for him to commit in, and he was going to take that chip right up. And now we see another shot on net from Moto. Let's talk about that one that just missed for the Puffins. When you're the Puffins, you hate to see that, but that's part of Rocket League. Sometimes they just go that post and out. And here we see an open net for Jarhead, and it's going to get sunk in. What is the answer for these Wolves right now? I don't know. Do the Puffins know? Does anyone know? That's what we wait to see.
I mean, the demos haven't really worked in their favor so far. I think they were trying to get a little more aggressive with the demos this game, and you know, it was a good thought. And I think, you know, take Moto off the field, right? I don't think Jarhead's been demoed once this game. All three demos have been onto Moto. They're very targeted demos, I think. If he's not on the field, he can't score. But if you're getting a little bit too aggressive with them, you know, you're taking yourself out of position to get the demo, at least for an open net for Jarhead to just put it in.
Yeah, and I think Jarhead's going to sink those every time. He's there. He's backing up Moto the entire time. And I want to talk about that last attempt from Moto. That redirect was crazy. It almost went in. Just a wonderful save from the Puffins there. And here we see another touch from Jarhead going across the Moto. And they're just going back and forth, making the Puffins break their necks, going to both sides. You see another play from Moto coming out, but Pyre Squared doesn't give him time. Jarhead's up. He's going to send it over in front of the net. Can Moto get there? He can't. Pyre Squared's going to send it back to the side. Jarhead's up. Can he get the touch? He can, but it's right for Pyre Squared. 10 seconds left. 3-1. Do the Puffins have a chance, or do the Wolves seal the deal here with 3 straight?
Yeah, it's going to be 3 straight wins here as Jarhead is going to put the nail in the coffin at the 0-second mark to make it a 4-1 game in favor of the Wolves as they take the series against the Puffins here. I don't think the Puffins at the end of that game were really helping themselves. 30 seconds left, they're down 2, and they were just throwing the ball to midfield. You know, you got to try to control that one out to midfield, I think, Notorious. And throwing it away is you're keeping yourself from getting scored on, but you're also not getting any offensive chances, which is what you need when you're down 2 goals.
Yeah, I don't know what their answer can be right now. They're getting cut off in their passing plays, and they're not able to get solo plays through Jarhead and Moto. We saw a little bit more saves coming out on each side on this one, but we're seeing the majority of the shots still coming from the Wolves. We have an 11-shot game from them here, and they're sinking them as soon as they have the chance. Yes, we're getting some saves, 3 each from the Puffins, but what do they have to do to step up these shots and these goals? Only 5 shots in total from an entire game. They've got to get something going here if they want to take these last 2.
Yeah, and I think, again, they had the right idea there earlier in the game, getting on top of Moto specifically. Bullseye was taking the charge on that, and it seemed to be working out for them a little bit. But I think they just got a little bit too aggressive upfield.
Yeah, and we're seeing here that the Wolves are scoring steadily 4 goals a game. I think they want to keep that up. I think they want to double it to 8. Let's see what they do here. Game 4, starting now. Bullseye's going to win the kickoff. He's back, and he's switched cars. So we'll see if this gives him any bit of help. Moto's going to go for the 50. Jarhead's going to play it back to his own end, try and get a 50 out of Bullseye. He does get the 50, but he loses the boost. Pyre Squared's ready. He's going to take a touch to the backboard. But can he Bullseye with a touch to the middle? Jarhead's going to send it down to the Puffins end, give his team a little bit of a break, get on offense, get some pressure. There's a nice touch to the net. There's a double commit from the Puffins. Moto's going to take it up the wall here.
Yeah, you know, I'm happy not to see the same old storyline here. The Puffins scoring in the first 10 seconds and then the Wolves trampling them in the later half of the game here as we see Moto take a shot on net. Pyre Squared thought it was on off the post. Not quite able to put that one as Jarhead's not able to capitalize on it either. The Puffins get out of a little bit of danger here with a little bit of luck as Bullseye is going to take this one down the field now into Moto. Moto's going to hit this one up, and he's going to take control of this up the sidewall. Pyre Squared, great challenge. Going to hit this one off the corner as Moto is going to have to control this into his own corner now. Bullseye, good challenge again. Jarhead to Moto. Moto now controls. He gets past Pyre Squared. Can he put it in? Yeah, absolutely. It's Moto.
Yes, he does drive right past him, and I'm wondering what Pyre Squared was doing here. He goes for the challenge, but just gets driven right around and stops in the field. So you have to wonder, are the Wolves in their head, or are they just completely saying, okay, here's our next game. We're just going to play, have a good time, forget about it. It's 1 goal. Let's just reset. They're in. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. I think it might have been a little bit of commitment issues there from Pyre Squared. He didn't quite know when he wanted to go, when would be most efficient for him. And as we see Jarhead almost put one in, and Moto almost puts one in as well. Both off the crossbars. Puffins getting pretty lucky again here. This should be 3-0 Notorious. I think they have to try to capitalize on the fact that this game is only 1-0 right now.
Yeah, and you know what I'm seeing a lot of here? I don't know if you've noticed it. But when the Puffins have the pressure on the Wolves, as soon as it goes to that backboard, they're just driving away and leaving the touches. They're not challenging on the backboard. They're not getting those passes down to the midfield. They're just letting the Wolves take control and clear it out. And I think they have to change that pressure here if they want to get some offensive shots. And there's a shot from Jarhead just rolling back out. And the Puffins have got to be thanking the post and crossbar right now because it has saved them so many times in this game.
Yeah, it's frustrating. You're the Wolves right now. You know, I mean, you're up 3-0 in the series, but you feel like this game should be 4-0 right now if you're the Wolves. The Puffins haven't really put up much defense. Even though I have 4 saves, it really should be 4-0 Wolves right now, and you have to feel like this might be the Puffins game. I spoke too soon before I spoke Notorious.
Oh, there's that caster skirts again. It was just in your head. Jarhead with a wonderful touch right up over Pyr squared. Moto's up just in case Pyr squared gets the chip up to the backboard, but it doesn't matter anyways. We're going to have a kickoff here. 2 minutes. Can the Puffins turn anything around? And Moto misses the boost, but has plenty of time to keep the challenge on this ball. Pyr squared's going to be taking it out. A little bit of a chip, but now it's a 2-on-1 back to the Puffins end. Can they do anything with it? Jarhead boost. It's just trying to play around, cause havoc, give them time. He's just wasting anything that the Puffins have on the clock. They're going for this 5-0 sweep. They're not going to let off. You know, with these shots going off the post and the crossbar, I think they just have to laugh. At this point, they're up, they're ahead. Just got to laugh about it. It happens. It's Rocket League, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you might have been right earlier this game, Notorious, with I think that the Puffins they might be a little bit intimidated by Moto here. He has proven to be a monster on the field, and you can see that they respect him a little bit more when he's on the ball than Jarhead, but at the end of the day, Jarhead and Moto have the same amount of goals this game, but maybe them respecting Moto a little bit more has helped out in the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think they're a little nervous when he goes up because I'm starting to see a lot of double commits, and you have to wonder if that's just communication or if that's fear and nerves coming in right.
And as we all know, Wolves can smell fear, Notorious. As Jarhead's going to try to take this one downfield. Bullseye, great challenge as he cuts across the field. Pyr squared to the backboard. Moto hitting this one off. Bullseye's getting a chip off backboard. Pyr squared's up. Jarhead with a great save. Wolves are looking to take this game 4-0. The series to 4-0. My bad there, Notorious, as Moto's going to take this one downfield. Pyr squared's got to make a great save, and he does hit it to the corner. 10 seconds remain here in game 4, as the Wolves might just be looking to kill some time, but Jarhead wants to clip, and he gets it.
That was a wonderful shot from Jarhead here. He sees he has time. He gets the boost, goes over Bullseye. Pyr squared's out of position, and he sinks it right in that upper with a wonderful double touch off of that. We got 6 seconds left. 3-0 for the Wolves, and you have to say they're going to 4-0 in the series here.
Yeah. It's hard. I've been in this position before as the Puffins, down 4-0 in a series, and it's mentally difficult, Notorious, to come back into game 5 and say, let's just try to take one game off of them. Let's not so much play spoiler, but at the end of the season, every game counts. It's not a matter of we lost a series. It's a matter of, take as many games as we can off of them.
Yeah, and what we're seeing here, Pyr squared with 6 saves. But Bullseye, we're not seeing much performance out of him in this game. The only thing he has to his name here is 1 shot. So you have to wonder, is he going to step up, see some more out of him? Hope so. But you're seeing from the other side, Jarhead 5 shots, Moto with 8 shots, only 3 goals in, but Pyr squared's got 6 saves. So you're seeing a lot higher shot differential here. That was one thing when I was looking at the stats earlier. The Wolves are shooting, and the Puffins just aren't getting it together right.
Yeah, I think they're kind of locked into their own defensive half by the Wolves right now. The Wolves are just playing much faster, and the Puffins don't quite be able to seem to keep up with the Wolves' level of play here tonight.
Yeah, I want to see the Puffins come out of this one. Just say this is for everything. Last game, we have to do something crazy here. I want to see them just go nuts, get aggressive. But you see Moto here with the double touch. He misses the touch though. IR squared gonna take it down. He has plenty of boost to work with. Will he get the shot? Just wide, but he does get the flick. Moto on the back wall, low on boost. Misses the touch. Bullseye is up. Sends it on net, but Jarhead is there. IR squared sending it to the backboard. It's coming down. The Wolves are bumping each other. Can Bullseye get it? No, he hits it wide of the post, and you've got to be in pain. If you were a Puffins fan right there, that is one they needed, but Pyre Squared still back with the pressure. Jarhead with a good 50. He's going to take it up, probably relieve it. And Moto and Jarhead up here, double commit. Can Bullseye capitalize on it here? He almost gets the bump on Jarhead, but not to be.
Yeah, it's been the stories of the Puffins night here. Just along with the Wolves, a lot of post hits, but the Wolves have just proven that they're a little bit faster, a little bit more mechanical on the field than the Puffins are tonight. I think you just gotta come back into your next series and think, it can't go this way every series. We can't hit the post 12 times every game, As we see, Moto here is going to come upfield 2v1 now. Jarhead's going to look for the bump on the Bullseye. Doesn't quite land it, but it puts him out of position enough for Moto to put this one in the net.
Yeah, and I think the Wolves are just sinking their teeth in here. They're saying, you're done. You're a Puffin. We're a Wolf. It's over. We are eating you up tonight. We're not going to let you have any bit of a break. We're taking you 5-0, and they're just not going to let up. There's a wonderful save from Pyre Squared. Can he fight back? Can he fight the Wolves off and take this game? Bullseye's going to go up for a touch, but it's going back towards his side. He has to make an awkward touch towards his back corner. Pyre Squared comes and gets him out of it, but they're doubled up in the corner. Moto heading back. Pyre Squared going to try for a 50 here. Bullseye's going to be on it. He gets the touch. Jarhead's going to send it up to the wall, but Bullseye's still there. Moto with the demo. Can Bullseye spawn back in time? It looks like he can. Pyre Squared's turning around. He's going to get the pressure going. Can he get the pass? Can he get the dish? No. Moto's right there. He's not going to let that happen.
Yeah, Jarhead made a great demo midfield there to take Bullseye out of the play. So Pyre Squared really didn't have much chance to score there against the Wolves. We see Pyre Squared is going to put this one backboard now. Bullseye is going to make a challenge against Jarhead. He loses it. We now have a 2v1 for the Wolves coming in. Pyre Squared is going to make a good challenge along the sidewall here. Moto, good chance. Backboard for Jarhead, who's going to take the shot, but it's too slow. Bullseye's able to get to it, as this one's going to come up the sidewall now. Pyre Squared's looking for a demo downfield. Bullseye now is going to pop this one up. Moto gets the challenge off. Moto now on the sidewall is going to look for another touch here. Gets it. Pyre Squared, great save. A little bit of a double commit coming out of the Puffins here. Can the Wolves capitalize on it? They do. Jarhead, great shot here, as the Puffins were a little bit too awkward and too starved to make this save.
Jarhead saw that Moto was doing the mechanical plays, and he said, I have mechanics too. With that double touch before and that play there, just a nice floater right up and over. He knows where to put him. He knows where he wants them. He's having a good time. Moto's having a good time. And they're just going to sit here and keep playing their game. They're confident. They're not nervous right now. They're communicating. They're rotating. They're hitting their passes. What can go wrong?
Yeah, the Wolves have played a perfect game here. They're going to score again. They've played a perfect series here tonight, Notorious. And it's got to feel really great winning this series here tonight against a divisional rival. The Puffins, they're going to have to reset after this series, I think, and look at it from a new perspective, maybe go back into the replays. What did we do wrong? That's one of them.
Yeah, there's an own goal, and you have to think, is this just giving up, or I think somebody was coming in for this touch and wanted 50? Goes here, just maybe a mistouch. Could he have gotten around that ball? Maybe. It would have been a close one, but that's another 4-goal game for the Wolves right here. 0 goals. Can the Puffins get 4, take this game back in a minute 35? They have only scored 5 games in this entire series, or 5 goals, my bad, in this entire series so far. So
I think if you're the Wolves tonight, Notorious, you're looking to really break the Puffins' spirits in terms of, you know, the next couple weeks here as a divisional rival. You want them to do poorly. You want them to be angry, and this might be doing it here tonight. As it looks like they might be getting just stomped on in this last game here.
Yeah, it's 5-0, minute 20. Who knows what can happen? I mean, it is Rocket League. Anything can happen, but will it happen? Moto's just playing with the ball, killing time. Jarhead's going to go back and get boots, but Bullseye doesn't have the best touch on it. It's caught a little bit far forward. Jarhead's going to take it forward. He's going to try and set up the pass. No, he's going to take it to the back wall. Nothing that he's going to get set up for a challenge. Ball's going to go right over him here, but Bullseye's sticking with it. Moto's sticking with it. Moto's still going to be the aggressor here with a little boost. IR Squared's just going to wait a little bit. He's going to try and take some control. Moto's not going to give him time. He said, "You're not getting on us." Bullseye's going to pop it up, but he has low boost. Can you do with it? He does try and get a little chip, but nothing comes. Moto's dribbling in the air. Can he do anything with it? He tries to get it over, but that might be a setup for Jarhead. Moto's going to pass it over to him. Jarhead's going to take this. Can he do anything? Ooh, miscommunication there maybe. Bullseye's on the ball. Going to take it to the back wall of the Wolves. Can we at least see one goal out of there? There's a miss by Moto. He's going up the back wall. It looks like this is going to be a 5-0 sweep for the Wolves, with a 5th game going 5-0 in favor of the Wolves.
Yeah, you know, congratulations to the Wolves players and Wolves fans here. You know, great series out of them tonight. But if you're a Puffins fan or you play for the Puffins tonight, you know, it's only week 2. You got a long ways to go in the season. I wouldn't take this too harshly. Moto in particular just played out of his mind tonight.
Yeah, Moto was definitely the top player for me out of these games. He stepped up, he hit his shots, he made his plays. We didn't see too many team plays coming out until the end there, but both Jarhead and Moto making those solo plays. And hey, if that's what it needs to happen to win in 2s, then that's what needs to happen. They did it. They came out. They won dominantly, sunk their teeth in, said, "Puffins, y'all are not taking us tonight. We were down by 10 ranks below you at the start of today. Now we are fighting our way up, claw and teeth, just sinking in, digging up that roster."
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be great for the Wolves here tonight. You know, a 5-0 sweep is going to do great things for you in the standings, and great things for your morale doing it on the mainstream. You know, you got to feel really great if you're a Wolves player after that.
Yeah, it's definitely been a wonderful, wonderful night.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's going to do it for the action tonight, folks. As you know, we see the Wolves take the 5-0 series against the Puffins here. Any closing remarks, Notorious?
My only closing remarks is get ready for your games, practice, scrim up, make sure you are ready so this doesn't happen to you, because every team is going to come out. Every team is going to be hunting for this. Nobody is going to stop until they win. So make sure you are ready when it comes to your game.
100%. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into week 2 of season 14 here of MLE Action. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Have a good one.